Disharmony or misalignment merely serves as a mirror for you so you may see what it is that is you. You think you are in love with others. Indeed, you are not. You are in love with what others mirror unto you that is you. You understand this as separation. Within superconsciousness, you will understand this as union, as merging, and as the undefinable balance between what you consider to be yourself, separate self, and yourself. There will be no separation known in superconsciousness. With an all-consuming burning desire, you seek to have harmony with your love, the entity who is the object of your affection. What may I do to cure the argumentative nature of this other entity, this warring between the two of us? What will I do to cure the disharmony? In all myriads and fashion of forefronts which present themselves upon your experience, you wish to mend the division. Unification is the healer and is divine harmony exemplified. Disharmony is the only perception of your misalignment, for indeed, in the unlimited version of it all, there is really no disharmony. The source, which is unconditional love, which is the isness of the divine Father, Mother, is allowing of it all without judgment. It is you who judge whether one particular circumstance is better than another. It is judgment to see one relationship as better than another, whether it be a relationship with a lover, with an employee, or with any of the entities you have contact with in your daily activity. They are all divine in their own understanding and generate their wisdom for you to capture and garner within you that which is you within the circumstances. You see, what you judge in another entity is you. You cannot identify anything within any circumstance or entity that you have not been before, for the resonance of identification is the resonance of it and part of yourself together in harmony. That is called recognition. Now, as we continue with this, we intend to unveil a knowingness within you of the relationship you have with your being, a relationship that is joyous, allowing the effervescence of life in happiness. Happiness is within you. It is not within the relationship. It is not out here, not out there. Nothing is out there. What you gaze unto as the relationship, whether it is joyous or whether it is disharmonious, that is only a mirror. It is your judgment of yourself as exemplified in this mirror of a relationship. The meaning of a relationship is merely the recognition of you in circumstance. Again, the meaning of a relationship is merely the recognition of you in circumstance. If you understand who you are, you would always have harmony within any relationship. Whether it be an employment situation, your family unit, your lover, or with a mere stranger. They are all relationships, and they all are initial understandings of your relationship with humanity, with life. Humanity itself is the spectrumized version of every entity. All of you in humanity are multi-dimensional aspects of God as human life existence upon this plane. Also, exemplifications of God and life experience are your flora and fauna, your plants and animals, which are loving, nurturing, and very healing essences. The disharmony they experience within their circumstances is merely the reflection they garner for their own gaining of wisdom. For they also unfold. It is not the same dimension and expansion as that of humanity, but they also unfold. As the reflections of all the spectrumized versions of life are exemplified and mirrored to one another, and are gaining access to their light, the grand, unlimited essence of them, which is of God, is coming into union, into the knowing of the merging of the divine creative force. When this occurs, there will be peace, harmony, and joy upon this plane in all relationships. Indeed, it will be understood as superconsciousness, or as the age of Aquarius, and all the other terminologies it is known as. Indeed, this will be the coming of age of relationships without limitation, for all will be in relation to another, ad infinitum, as it were, and all will be in the understanding of relationship between themselves as reflections of one another, facets of themselves experienced as other entities. The union and the merging of this entire earth plane, whether it be of inanimate, animate, or non-physical essence, whatever it is, as it merges into the energy form that is known as God, will come into the understanding of Ascension. This will be the merging of the light of the bodies of energy, which are frequency bundles called personalities or essences in and of themselves. It will reflect the dichotomized understanding of separation through unity. This is God. There is indeed that God, the grand creative force, that is all that is, which contemplated itself to create all of this. But you are that God. This is the dichotomy. As you come into the knowing of your divine nature, the Christ within you is mirrored to all who are existent upon this plane, is reflected and reflected and reflected in an infinite understanding. Then being lovers will be experienced with joy in the heart, and it will not be superficial in any form or fashion. God will be exemplified, and the other gender will be experienced as the mate of your being, as soulmate. Does this sound familiar to any of you? There has been so much hoopla about the particular word soulmate. You indeed have a soulmate upon this plane. Indeed, there is the other essence of you, which is physical and non-physical, gender of yourself, and of the opposite gender. So the fervent search, the burning desire to know God exemplified as the other gender, will come to fruition in superconsciousness, and the relationship with a lover will be none other than the relationship with the other facet of you. The body of your essence will be identical. Indeed, it will be the resonance within your being with yourself in another fashion or form that is physical. There will be more than one soulmate as well. In the measure of your understanding of this, what is superficial in nature will dissipate. There will be no further use for this, for the understanding of the alter ego exemplifying itself within the relationship in lust, hatred, jealousy, resentment, bitterness, and pain. All of these understandings will, as you call it, go poof. Does this sound like a thing you would be interested in? Indeed, so be it. The unified harmony within superconsciousness, within the light of this earth plane, resonating through the dimension unto a myriad of other dimensional experiences, and infinitely resonating back unto you, much likened unto a ricochet effect, will come into the knowingness of each of you. The relationship you have with your lover, with a mate, will be of harmony, for it will be in the understanding of your divinity. It will be outwardly known as Christ consciousness exemplified. Christ consciousness may be experienced now in totality upon your earth plane. Indeed, it may be. It need not abide until superconsciousness, as you sit and tap your foot. It is not necessary to wait. You must have joy, which is experienced as utter ecstasy. But there is a necessity, because of the limitation upon your plane, for the allowance of another's divinity. That is unconditional love exemplified unto them. How else will you come into the understanding of unconditional love of yourself, but through this mirror of you? Indeed, this is a harmonious relationship free of pain of disharmony, and this merely through allowing the other's entity's sovereignty. This is understood as humility, the allowance of your own sovereignty to unfold unto yourself, to allow the balancing of yourself to occur, and to allow them the same in their own ripeness. Unconditional love will be felt throughout your planet. It is already occurring in governments and political structures, in the races, creeds, religions, and even the genders that have been warring throughout eons in your time. It is coming into alignment. It is coming into the harvest of knowingness. Indeed, it shall be grand upon your land when the light is exemplified in all through unconditional love. And through this unconditional love, you will allow them their sovereignty, allow them their bitterness, their jealousies, their resentment. For this is their alter ego mirrored unto them. And it is all right. There is no judgment at all. In God awareness and God knowingness of self, that which you consider to be yourself is nothing but self. The barrier, the definition of separation in and of itself will dissolve.